welcome to the Treehouse. I am here outside in the park and I am super excited because we're actually talking all things sports this episode. We get to check out all the fun summer activities here in Shelby Township, along with even the Olympics. Let's go check it out. Hello everyone, are you ready to learn some signs with me today? I hope you are because I'm ready. So we are going to learn some amazing signs to celebrate summer. Now, I know when it's hot outside, I'm pretty thirsty. And one thing I think is absolutely delicious is lemonade. So our first sign today is going to be lemon. So all you have to do is take the hand that you write with or you color with, and we are going to make the shape of an L with our fingers. So we have our thumb laying down flat and our pointer finger facing up. We have an L. Do you see that? Now, all we have to do is put our thumb right here and move our L back and forth. This is the sign for lemon. Can you do that? I think you can. Let's do it together. So our thumb right to our corner of our mouth, because we're pretty thirsty when we want some lemonade, and we move it back and forth. And this is the sign for lemon. Very good. So our second sign today is going to be water. Now, just like how we used our hand that we color with and we write with, we are going to make another letter. So this time we're going to have W. Now our fingers are pretty special because they can make L's, but they also can make the shape of a W too. You see how my 3 fingers right here make the shape of a W? Can you do that? Very good. Now all we have to do is take our W and I have my pointer finger tap my chin. And that's the sign for water. Can you do that? Ooh, I bet you can. All we have to do is make our W. That's right. And then tap our chin. Very good. Now I'm thinking we need one more practice round. All right, here we go. Let's make our W and then tap our chin. And we have water. Our third sign is going to be Olympics. Now, the Olympics are super cool. We have summer ones and we even have winter ones. Now, we are going to make some O's with our pointer finger and our thumb. You see how I have that? It's kind of like I'm signing F in sign language. Now, our fingers are going to go inside each other. We're going to make a little link. Do you see that? Now, all we have to do for Olympics is go back and forth 3 times. Now, I'm gonna do it fast, so let's see if you can keep up. Olympics. Now, do you think you can do that? I know you can. Let's try it together, okay? So we take our 2 fingers, we put them together, then we link them up, and we go back and forth 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Olympics. You want to try it with me? All right, here we go. Olympics. Very good. Now, the best part about watching the Olympics is seeing all of the cool sports that everyone gets to do. Now, we see people swim, but we also see people run. And I love to see how fast they go. So our 4th sign today is going to be run. Now, I bet you are a pretty fast runner, aren't you? I knew that you would be. So all we have to do for run is we have our 2 hands and we make a little trigger right here, but I'm gonna link this finger to my thumb. You see how I did that? I put it together. And now this pointer finger is going to bend back and forth as I move. And that's the sign for run, because I'm running. Going pretty fast, so if I was running really fast, I could go run. Or if I was running slow, I go run. So as fast as you want to go, run. Do you think you can sign this with me? All right, here we go. So we need both our hands. Now we're going to have our finger curl over our thumb. Our other finger curl right there. And it's going to move back and forth as we run. You think you can do that? Let's go. Let's race. Who do you think is going to be faster, me or you? Let's see. On your mark, get set, go, let's run. Very good. That's the sign for run. All right, now there's one other thing that I always see in competitions that sometimes involve running. And sometimes people have to jump over hurdles. So our fifth and final sign for today is going to be jump. I know I really like to jump. Maybe you like to jump too. All we have to do is make a floor with whatever hand we don't write with, and take the hand that we do write with and make a pair of legs. Do you see my legs right here? And when we jump, we usually bend our knees. So we're gonna bend our fingers just like they're our knees. So we'll start off on the ground and then we'll jump. And that's the sign for jump. Doesn't it look like when you jump too? Maybe you can jump just a little bit. Or maybe you jump really high, right? Like you're on a trampoline. Do you think you can sign jump with me? All right, let's test it out. We got our floor right here, and then we're going to jump. That's right, jump. Okay, you want to try it one more time? Let's go. Let's see if we can do a high jump. You ready? Really high. Oh, you're good at jumping. Now let's do a little baby jump. Oh, I like that jump too. Very good. Thank you so much for signing with me today, and I cannot wait to see how you've improved next time.
Stand right up here. I see it. And then you got to put it by your eye. So you don't want to pull it out in front of you, because the way you do it is having it near your eye.
Are you excited for anything tonight?
Yeah.
What are you most excited for?
Going to walk at night.
Going to walk at night. Have you ever walked at night before?
Well, I see firefighters.
What do you want to see on your night walk?
I want to see like everything. I like wolves and stuff because they're like so cool.
I want to see bats and owls. Those are the key animals.
We already saw some bats.
My favorite part is going into the hike and finding other like animals.
S'mores and the person like telling us about science, because I want to be a chemist when I grow up too.
I love the dark and nocturnal animals.
Ooh, you came to the right place, right?
I also love hiking in the dark.
I thought it was scary when we were going to there, but right now it's not scary at all. I love it. It's awesome. I want to go here again.
Hi everyone, it's Brenna. I've watched some amazing movies this month and I would love to share my favorite ones with all of you. Now, my fifth favorite movie I watched this month centers an alien creature, a loyal cat, and one brave little girl. This movie is Home. In this film, a girl named Tip is the only human left after an alien invasion on Earth. It's up to Tip, her pet cat, and an alien on the run called O to team up and find Tip's mother. My favorite part of this film is when O can't help but dance when Tip plays music in the car. I love to dance too. Can you dance like O does? Now, my fourth favorite movie I watched is Air Bud Spikes Back. In this film, Buddy finds out he's an incredible volleyball player, but he also helps investigators solve a string of mysterious crimes and becomes the town hero. Do you like playing volleyball like Air Bud? Me too. That's why I love this movie. My third favorite movie I watched this month is Full Out. In this film, gymnast Ariana has dreams of competing in the Olympics. However, a bad car accident shatters those dreams, and Ariana finds hope and strength in hip-hop and college gymnastics. My favorite part of this movie is watching all the amazing dance and gymnastics routines. My second favorite movie I watched this month is Over the Moon. In this film, a young girl is determined to meet the mythical goddess on the moon and decides to build a rocket ship to get her there. What I love about this movie are all the beautiful songs and dance numbers. I love to sing and dance along. Do you love to sing and dance too? Now, it's finally time for my very favorite movie I watched this month. That movie is Lilo and Stitch. In this film, a lonely girl named Lilo adopts a new dog that she names Stitch. However, Stitch is not actually a dog. He's an alien experiment from a different planet who escaped and crash-landed on Earth. Lilo and Stitch embark on some crazy adventures and learn the true meaning of family. If you would like to watch some of these fantastic movies, check them out at the Shelby Township Library. Thank you all so much for joining me and listening to all of my favorite movies I watched this month. Can't wait to see you all next time. Bye!
Hello everyone and welcome to Craft Corner. I am so excited, especially for this episode because it's Olympic time. I love the Olympics. Summer Olympics, probably one of my favorite things to ever be on television. And now we get to watch it at home and celebrate everything sports related. Now, so we have our own celebration, we'll be making a couple crafts that are Olympic themed, starting with a torch. So to kick off the Olympics, they light a big flame that continues to burn for the whole Olympics, and that's called a torch. And we are going to be making one of our own. So you may see that I'm starting off with 2 pieces of white paper. So this is going to be our base, our handle of the torch. Now I'm going to take these 2 pieces and have them kind of overlap because I'm going to tape them together. So I'm going to get my handy dandy tape. And now we're going to use a lot of tape because I don't want there to be any bubbles or separation between my paper as it's moving from me. Oh no, we got it. Okay, so we're going to take our tape and lay it down. I'm going to use another piece of tape. And then once we have these 2 pieces taped together, we get to then roll this piece of paper on up. Okay, so I'm gonna put one right here at the bottom. And our torch, when we roll it, is going to look kind of like an ice cream cone. I love ice cream. Do you love ice cream? You do? Well, ice cream I think is perfect to have, especially when we're watching the Olympics in the summer. Now, if you didn't see me, I'm gonna start rolling this so it's hollow in the middle. And I'm gonna do it on a little bit of an angle so we have a longer torch. Do you see how that is folding? And now I am going to make it and twist it so that our bottom is small and the top is bigger because we need our flames to fit inside of our torch. Now I'm going to tape our roll together so it doesn't come apart. And then one more piece of tape. And then we can move on to our next step, which is creating our fire on top. All right, and now we're on to our very last step of our torch. Now I told you we need some flames, right? Now you can see that I've added some colors. So I have orange, red, and then 2 shades of yellow. And I did this by cutting some strips out of tissue paper. So very thin paper. Think about when you have a gift and you get to open it out of a bag, tissue paper. Now you can see I have yellow and orange and red. And I just cut them into small strips. And I'm going to attach some more red. So I'm gonna cut it one more time so they're in these little half strips. I'm gonna fan it out like this so that I have a couple, but they're all not facing the same direction. And now I'm gonna get a great big piece of tape and tape it on before I stick it in there so it's easier for me. Then I'm gonna move around my tissue paper. and stick the red right in here, just so we have some more color. And now I'm going to keep filling it in. And not only are we going to make a torch today, we are also going to be making an Olympic crown. So we'll take a look right now and see how to make that. All right, now we're on to our next craft, which is going to be an Olympic crown. But you may notice something next to me. This is the torch we just made. I've completely finished it with all of our flames in here. So we have the red, orange, and yellow. I'm excited to see how yours turns out. So I'm gonna put my torch right here. And now it's on to our crown. So I have another white sheet of paper, just like how we used for our torch. And this time I'm going to fold it in half like hot dog style. So it's like a hot dog bun. So the long way. So we're gonna fold it once and make a crease, just like this. Now I'm going to use that crease to help me cut. It's going to be my line. So I'm gonna cut along the crease. I am excited for this crown. They are so cool, and we get to add all of the Olympic colors onto them. So now we have our 1/2, and we only need one. Now we're going to fold our paper one more time, hot dog style. So we're gonna fold it in half, make that crease one more time, and use it as our guiding line. Now what we are creating is the headband that goes around our head to make our crown. All right, so now we got our 2 pieces cut, and I have to tape them together to make one long band. So I'm gonna take my 2 halves and lay them right next to each other and tape them together. And now that I have them taped together and they look like this, I'm going to put this around my head to measure because I need it to fit my head, right? So now that I have it around my head, I see that the 2 pieces cross over. So I'm gonna get my handy dandy tape ready, put the crown back on my head, put it around, and feel where they meet. You might need a grown-up or whoever you're doing this craft with to help you. Now we take our piece and we're gonna tape it together. There we go. And now I have my crown, so I can flip it around. And now we're ready for our second step, which is going to be adding the Olympic rings. All right, now it's on to our rings of the crown. So I've already cut out some pieces. I have 4 circles so far in red, black, blue, and yellow. All I have left is green. So what I have been doing to make my life a little bit easier is using my rings to trace. So they're all the same size too. Now what I do is go around the inside and trace our little circle. And then I'll go around the outside to trace my big circle. So these look like donuts, right? We're making some little donuts. And now that I have the outline of my circle, what I'll go ahead and do is now cut it out. So I like to start with my big part of the circle. So we go around our outline. I'm very excited to see all of this together because I absolutely love to watch the Olympics. My favorite sport, I have to say, for the Olympics is swimming. What's your favorite? That's one of mine too. I like to watch archery, and now we have surfing and even baseball. There's so many fun things in the Olympics this year. All right, now what I'm doing is cutting our center of the ring. So we're doing our little circle, and I'm just doing the same thing as before. cutting around our tracing. And now we have another ring, our green one. So what I'm going to start off doing is now taping some of these onto here. All right, so now we're going to start with the blue one. So the blue one is going to be on our top corner. So I'm going to put it right on the top, and now take a piece of tape and I'm going to put it right down here. And the highlight is we are going to have some other colors to go right over our tape so we won't even see it. So this is our first ring, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest. All right, now as you can see, I have put together my crown. We have the Olympic rings. So we have our red, black, blue, green, and yellow. And now I'm adding some decorations onto my crown to liven it up because we just have a plain white band all around. You can leave it the way that it is, or you can add some decorations to it. I'm adding a few stars on either side. So I put 4 on that side, and now I'm going to match it by adding a couple more over here. I love adding the stars because I think stars are perfect for the Olympics because they're full of our athletic stars, right? I know some of my favorite people in sports are involved in the Olympics. Now we have our crown. I'm very excited to wear my crown and watch Simone Biles and all the other gymnasts flip in the air while holding my torch and getting ready for the closing ceremonies. I'm excited to see how you celebrate the Olympics and all the fun sports you're up to this summer. I can't wait to see what you do with your crafts. Until next time, have fun. Bye. Hello everyone. You may notice I'm somewhere a little bit different, right? Well, this summer in Tokyo, they're going to be having the Summer Olympics. But right here in Shelby Township, we have the Kid Olympics. I am so excited to take a look around and see all the cool events taking place today and visit with some of the amazing athletes that live right here in the township. Let's go check it out.
Ready? Go! Go, Sassy Kid! Good job! Go, go, go!
How were we today with our competition?
Good.
Good? How good is good? How did we run today? Awesome. Yeah.
Well, I won tons of ribbon.
Clark, B, Clark! Oh, wait.
Jason, do you like to run with Georgia?
Yes.
Yeah, why do you like to run with Georgia?
Because fun.
Because it's fun. Who do you think is faster, you or Georgia? You? Why do you think you run so fast?
Sassy, I run so fast.
Who do you think is the faster out of all 3 of you?
Me. I am quite the fastest.
No, how did you get to be the fastest?
Maybe I practice.
Ooh, I like that. Do you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables too?
Yes.
That's probably it. Do you have any tips? How can I run faster?
If you have a dog, you can chase it.
Do you think your dog would win first place here?
Yeah.
Do you practice running a lot?
Yeah. And I practice the 4-yard dash a lot of times at home.
Where do you practice running?
At backyard, at grandma's, anywhere.
How high do you want to jump? Whoa, that high? How high do you think you jumped? Whoa, that's pretty high. How high do you think Georgia jumped? Oh, that high too?
I like the most so far is jumping over,
Was it the hurdles?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you like jumping over the hurdles?
Because it was so much fun.
Woohoo! Do you like sports? Did you know that every 2 years, athletes from around the world gather to compete in events like sprinting, gymnastics, and snowboarding? The competition is called the Olympics, and you might remember in 2018 when the Winter Olympics took place in South Korea. They had figure skating, snowboarding, skiing, and even the luge. Athletes from all over the world would compete, and the United States took home 9 gold medals. You might remember some names like Chloe Kim, Michaela Schifrin, Shaun White. The last Summer Olympics took place in 2016 in Brazil. This month, the Summer Olympics will be taking place in Tokyo, Japan, and we will get the chance to watch the athletes compete in events like skateboarding, diving, archery, gymnastics, and more. On Team USA, we have athletes like Erica Bogard, Simone Biles, and Suni Lee. You might be wondering how the Olympics got started and when the first one took place. Well, the first Olympics took place in Olympia, Greece, all the way back in 776 BC. They were created in honor of the ancient Greece's famous god Zeus. Athletes would pray to Zeus for victory and leave him gifts for their success. They had events like wrestling, chariot races, and sprinting. Today, the Olympics encourages friendly competitions and peace among nations. Countries take turns hosting the games, and the next time the United States will host the games will be in 2028 in Los Angeles, California. Until then, we get to enjoy watching and maybe even attending future Olympics in other countries like China and France. To learn more about the Olympics, visit Olympics.com. All right, everyone, we have reached the end of today's episode, but I was so happy that you could join us so that we could learn all things summer and all things sports here in Shelby Township. So until next time, play fair, play nice, and play together. Bye.